worked with an organization like HUL, Axis Bank. She joined an Uber as a chief marketing officer, and subsequently she got into the entrepreneur and she started her own farm called Ananda Permaculture. You are happy with what you have done or not?
Absolutely.
No, but you are saying
I
it
think-
doesn't look like a remarkable call to me. So
Because for me, it was a very natural thing to do.
wonderful.
That's what I mean.
You have left decent, hefty salary, and you have left the comfort.
Just seeing what I've left without seeing what I've got is an incomplete story.
Today, we are going to go through our first woman entrepreneur journey. Manisha Lad Gupta is our guest for today in a Wellspun Life Unscripted.
One of the things my dad had a very strong sense of, he used to call it adventure. कि चलो ये करते हैं, let's see. And that risk-taking ability came from there. And when I came to JNU, my mind was blown. Like I realized, oh my God, this is what we belong to. This is my heritage. This is my culture. This is my country.
Out of JNU and IIM, which campus had a more influence on you?
It's very hard to answer that question because मेरे को actually लगता है it's like you build a organization where dog eats dog.
Then who is responsible for that? Would you like to share your insights? Who are leaders or going to be a leader?
You must have a good vision. If you are not a visionary, you can't be a functional leader because in which direction will you steer your team? आया खोला पिया फेंक दिया. Let not something that gives you 5 minutes of joy be a burden on the planet for 500 years.
Environment consciousness.
A few things that used to bother me was कि यार हमारा खाना कहाँ से आ रहा है, ये कैसे उगा है, कहाँ उगा है, we have no idea. हमारा garbage कहाँ जाता है, we don't know. My husband Agam and I lived in Mumbai, and in 2010 we decided to come back to Chandigarh, which is our hometown, and find a piece of land near here to build our permaculture project. We set up a food forest, and this ecosystem is self-running and regenerative. We have documented 54 species of birds.
कितना मिनिमम साइज चाहिए आपको परमाकल्चर शुरू करने के लिए?
Anything. आधा एकड़ भी चलेगा. It's a design science. Somebody could say, अच्छा मतलब you guys, you CXO types, you are selling सब्जियां बेच रहे हो. But what we want to show to the world is that there is a lot of dignity in growing your own food.
How the revenue comes in?
Basis on how you want to lead your life.
So शुरू में टेम्पररी ये सब अच्छा लगता है, बट जब परमानेंटली आप उस जोन में जाते हो, ऐसे does it create any impact on you?
Not at all. It's a slow life, but a busy life. But we have only one boss, and that's nature. Nobody's calling us, nobody's suddenly sending you an email. There is no politics, there is no such drama. नींद अच्छी आती है.
Creating Ananda as a corporate and probably holding 6 different land in 6 different city and building
Not,
this as a corporate.
not at all.
No.
My idea is not that I should become bigger. My idea is that there should be many more Manishas. And when you start thinking of yourself as one of the species and not the only and dominant one, then you understand the true meaning of, what shall I say?
So welcome back to another episode of Life Unscripted. Today we are going to go through our first woman entrepreneur journey. So India is a very interesting country. बहुत ही समृद्ध देश है in terms of the stories of the people. When you go and meet 150 crore Indian, you start realizing majority of them have a story to share or have a capability to create a story, but somewhere those things may happen, may not happen. 1990, when India was growing post-liberalization, normal way for a middle class or a majority of the Indians, normal way of growth is you become an engineer or you do your graduation, you go for your MBA, post-MBA, you join some organization where you start working very hard. As the economy was growing, organizations were growing and individuals were growing, and go to a higher position. And once you get a higher position, all of a sudden your social acceptance come, and you keep on doing that till date you retired. In a society where position, power, visiting card has its own importance, and your success to a greater extent has been defined by the positions which you carry in your life, we come across a person who followed a different journey. Manisha Lad Gupta is our guest for today in a Wellspun Life Unscripted. She did her graduation in science, Bachelor of Science, and then subsequently she went to study her post-graduation in JNU. Post-JNU, she went for an MBA. She did it from Indian Institute of Management, IIM. Naturally get exposed to two different environment, to different culture. JNU have a culture and I am have a culture, and to a greater extent, this culture are opposite to each other in terms of ideology. After that, she started working within a corporate, work with an organization like Hindustan Unilever Limited, HUL, Axis Bank, where she took a very senior position. Subsequently, she joined an Uber as a chief marketing officer. And post CMO, if you continue with an organization, you normally become a CEO of the region. At that point of time, she decided to leave that particular organization and she got into an entrepreneurship. Normally, majority of the people would like to continue that job on that position because that position attract lots of social acceptance, lots of power, lots of salary, lots of money, bank balance, and the life which normally majority of the Indians or we people are aspire for. And subsequently she got into the entrepreneur and she started her own farm called Ananda Permaculture. And that Ananda Permaculture today has become a noticeable organization in its own space. So we'll try to understand her journey, her earlier days, her corporate experience, what forced us to get into an entrepreneurship, her entrepreneurship experience. And the reason of discussing this story is there are so many people today working in corporate, there are so many aspirants who want to get into something else, something of their own. But for one or other reason, they are not in a position to do it. So we try to see through her that how this is possible, and probably we all may get some directions for what we really want to do in our life with our job or with our existing entrepreneurship. Welcome to Wellspun Life Unscripted.
Thank you, Snehal. Thanks for having me here.
And very interesting profile. And why I said interesting, because once you reach to a designation, it's very difficult to leave. Because most of the people are aspire for those positions.
But once you reach a designation, you are also what they say, been there, done that. So actually, it's easy to leave.
No, but then you had a next position still. A CEO was pending, then probably a board of director. But could be grass is greener on the other side, or we don't know. But let's see how it progress. Yeah, but it was a remarkable call. No second thought.
It looks like to other people. It does not look like to me.
So you are happy with what you have done or not?
Absolutely.
No, but you are saying it doesn't look like a remarkable call to me. So
because for me, it was a very natural thing to do.
Wonderful.
That's what I mean.
Understood.
किसी और को लगता है, अरे, you gave up such a big thing. I don't feel I gave up anything big.
No.
I mean, because what people think is big, that's not how I measure myself. That is not my identity. That is not who I am. I am not my visiting card. I am somebody else. And I read this somewhere that always look at people by not what they do, but who they are. And that's very important. I am who I am. I'm not what I do. That visiting card is not me. So that clarity I had, early. And because वो visiting card ना एक दिन चला जाएगा, या तो कोई आपसे ले लेगा, या आप उसको अपने आप ही दे दो. So
everyone understand this, but very few act on this. and what you said, the statement has written in a book called Enough by John C. Bogle, where he writes that you should measure people by not what they have, but who they are.
Yes.
But the society is changing; it's the other way around, and that's what I am saying. It's very easy to say rather than doing it, because people work hard to get that position, and you have not left the position. You have left the position. You have left your social acceptance, because majority of the social acceptance come from there. You have left a decent, hefty salary, and you have left the comfort. So that's where we see. So for you, it's very normal. I agree. And
so we'll talk about this, because everything that you've mentioned as leaving, I think you're not recognizing what I've got. By leaving all this, I have also got something. वो उसको भी तो आपने measure करना है कि मिला क्या. So this just seeing what I've left without seeing what I've got is an incomplete story.
Yeah. So from social perspective, you have left.
Yeah.
From your individual perspective, naturally you would have got, and
I have got.
That is one of the reasons why we have been talking today. This.
Yes, absolutely.
So no second thought about it. But currently, I read a statement made by Nicholas Taleb on the guy who have written Black Swan and Skin in the Game, and he made a very beautiful statement. He said, "You are rich when the money which you have left tastes you sweeter than money which you are getting, and that's what I think you are rich." So that definition of richness is very different. And he was also a forward option trader, and he left that job and he got into something else.
Yes.
We have been interacting since last few hours before this has been started, and I found you very clean in your thought process. I found a very different belief in what you do or what you say. this must be an outcome of your childhood. So what I'm trying to say is the way you would have grown up, the way your parenting would have happened is where some individual characteristics would have been evolved. So can you share your light on your early days? Because a human is an outcome of his childhood to a greater extent.
Of course.
Please.
Yeah. So my father was in the Air Force. He was an Air Force officer. So the first 10 years of my life, we were moving around, in a transferable job. And honestly, I don't have that many memories of my first 10 years. But when I was 10, my father retired, took premature retirement from the Air Force and moved to Chandigarh and settled down there. So that is from where my memories really start. And 11 years I spent in Chandigarh before I left for higher studies. And so I always think of myself as a small town girl, right? Somebody who grew up in Chandigarh. And that time, Chandigarh was a wonderful place to grow up because it was, there was so much time we had. We didn't have any money and lots of time. So we could really do things. And my parents, especially my father, I think he built this entire culture in our house of doing things. Because, sometimes money was short and we would want to, wanted something, for example. We wanted a new outfit. So instead of going and buying a new outfit, we would go get the cloth, we would cut it, we would stitch it, we would make something out of it ourselves. So there was a sense of doing and a sense of achievement or accomplishment. And similarly, he was a very do-it-yourself person. He could make a table, he could do basic carpentry, drilling holes, dismantling and putting things together again. So we picked up a lot of that. And so I really feel like one of the things that I feel defines me is I'm a doer. Not a talker, not a thinker, I do things. And wo mere ko, I think, कि वहाँ से आया है, that my father, gave me that sense. The second thing I think is I was the youngest of 3 children, a little bit outspoken, little bit muffat. And
was it an originality or a muffat? Because there is a difference between both.
I think when people don't like what I say, I could be branded as a muffat. But when I'm making sense, then, obviously it's the other way around.
But
so
child
every person
is a child. No, he may not make sense in early days and he should express himself.
Yeah, but I think I was always very expressive. I was very talkative. I was very good storyteller, entertainer of the family, keeping everybody laughing and, joking. So I was a good storyteller from since I was a little kid. And of course, my family used to indulge me. But that helped me to become a good communicator as I grew up and a good orator. So I got my confidence of speaking and talking from that point onwards. Doing free play, like playing on the street. Pittu khel rahe hain, chor police khel rahe hain, cricket khel rahe hain. I just happened to be the older kid in a lane full of small kids. So natural leadership evolved. कि भाई टोली का लीडर है. वहाँ से ही कुछ leadership सीख ली कि how to take this group of girls along with me. And I remember I had a friend who used to live in another sector in Chandigarh. She used to be similar leader of her toli. And so we made this girls club, ke Sector 35 girls club will come to Sector 36 and we will do some competitions and then you will come here. So, a lot of imagination we had when we were children because we didn't have gadgets, we didn't have money. We used to just make up things to entertain ourselves.
Yeah, Manisha, sorry for interrupting you, but this is completely unscripted. The well-spun life unscripted is unscripted
of course.
While we talk. So before I forget, let me convey some message to our audience who are also parents. Number 1, let them express. The kid should express. Number 2, घर में चीजें बनाना चालू करो.
Yeah.
And number 3, let them go and play in street society में खेले.
Correct.
Because that's where the leadership and all things will start evolving.
Absolutely.
So
I think वहाँ से कुछ leadership आई, those qualities came. So ये foundational चीजें ना, then they really served me well. And I think one of the things my dad had a very strong sense of, he used to call it adventure. Everything was adventure. कि चलो ये करते हैं, let's see. And that risk-taking ability came from there. Okay, let's try and see क्या होता है. It'll be an adventure. So this spirit of adventure, I think I've carried in my family, with my children, made, even we'll talk about Ananda, but when it started, it was an adventure, a family adventure. And these things that I had in my childhood really sort of shaped me up as I grew. So I would say those are the defining traits for me.
So conclusion for us is that definitely a good or a childhood have an impact on the people professional journey also later part
Yeah,
of time.
it does. And see, there'll always be some things which are wrong in your childhood. ठीक है, तो I don't want to say that my childhood was golden.
Absolutely.
But it is your responsibility as you become an adult to not keep holding on to things which were not right. That is emotional maturity तभी आती है. Then you can put it behind कि ठीक है यार, some things were not fine. वो उनको उतना ही पता था, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं पता था. हमारे parents कौन सा किसी मैनुअल के साथ आए थे कि भी this is how you raise children. Maybe some things they didn't know. But you can't keep carrying that all your life. At some point in time, you have to say, okay, fine, this is how it was, but these are the good parts. Let me work on them. These were the bad parts. Let me not repeat them. And that's how you move ahead.
Subsequently, you decided to go for your post-graduation. We understand graduation is, to a greater extent, you don't have a choice because based on your 12th result, you migrate.
Yeah.
But post-graduation, you always have a choice,
Yeah.
generally.
Yeah, actually, हुआ क्या? I am the third child of reasonably successful sisters. So by that time, I was starting to feel a little bit of pressure. कि यार, I should not be the loser in the family. And third child के साथ ये भी होता है कि while you get a lot of attention and you are entertaining, so people give you spotlight, but people also lose interest in you because माँ बाप के पास उतनी एनर्जी होती है कि एक को सेटल कर दे, दूसरे को कर दे. By the time it's the third kids, yeah, nobody knows because by then remember the older ones are getting married, they're having children. वो इतना कुछ उनके साथ हो रहा होता है कि nobody is interested in this third kid. So I realized कि boss, if I don't get my act together, I'm just going to be the loser here. तो ग्रेजुएशन तो किसी तरह जो मिला ले लिया. It was not a great degree and I'm not, I felt it was a missed opportunity. But I knew that, listen, I was capable of something better. थोड़ी fight मारने की ज़रूरत थी. So I wrote this entrance exam for a master's in biotech. It was across 10 universities and luckily I got through into JNU, which was my first preference. And my father was not very happy about sending me away to the hostel because he had never sent any daughter to the hostel. But I think partly they were worried कि इसका नहीं तो कुछ नहीं होएगा. And partly they'd lost interest. Okay. So they were, and Delhi, Delhi was not that far away. So they said कि चलो ठीक है, you go. So that is how I ended up in JNU for my masters. Yeah.
JNU is to greater extent socialist. I am, when you talk, more on the capitalist side. So one campus, majority of the case, not all, one campus are producing more socialistic people. Another campus is producing more capitalist people. One have a very strong urge to create a social value, creating a conscious organization. Another have a very strong urge to create a shareholder's value.
Yeah.
Because when you are in IIM, that is a common word which must be hitting profit, shareholder. So, and you are into two different campuses, two different culture, and you have your own character. So, was there any conflict in terms of your ideology and you were uncomfortable in one of the culture or a campus, and then how you handle out those particular situations?
So, for me, JNU was such a great experience because मैं तो चंडीगढ़ से आई थी, and Chandigarh is a very small town with a very, I would say, homogeneous population. वहाँ mostly पंजाब, हरियाणा और हिमाचल के लोग हैं. You don't really meet anybody who's beyond this.
Okay.
So actually I had no exposure to my country. And when I came to JNU, my mind was blown. Like I realized, oh my God, this is what we belong to. This is my heritage. This is my culture. This is my country. People from so many different backgrounds, from languages, socioeconomic classes, and fields, because even though I was a science student in the hostel, there would be somebody from economics, somebody from languages, somebody from English, sociology, all types of streams. तो ऐसे दिमाग का मतलब ऐसे awakening हुई ना. And couple of things happened. First, I became extremely aware of my country, and I'm forever grateful to JNU for that experience. Like I know my people, I know my culture, my heritage, my textiles, my languages, socio-economic regions in my country, so much history. All this I learned while I was there. And the second thing that I realized was कि अच्छा यार इतने socio-economic stratas हैं, मतलब I never thought of myself as an affluent person, but I realized people are even less affluent than me,
Correct.
less privileged than me, and yet they didn't have this sense of despondency, if that's the word, or sense of कि भाई हमारा तो कुछ नहीं बनेगा, वो था ही नहीं. अभी भी there was a जुनून, there was a passion कि नहीं कुछ करेंगे, कुछ होएगा हमारे, वो it's a priceless thing to experience as a youth, as a young person. And I still remember while I was there, तो लाटूर का earthquake हुआ था, and people went around raising money for लाटूर earthquake, and लोगों ने 5-5, 10-10 रुपए दिए थे जिनके पास और कुछ नहीं था, पर दिया तो था. There was still a connection between some calamity that had happened and whatever people could afford to give, they were giving, which unfortunately I don't see happening anymore. So I think those were the good things there. And अब हम लोग ढाबे पे बैठते थे, चाय पी रहे हैं, तो अभी आप समझो आप स्नेहल क्या बातें होती होंगी लोगों की ढाबे पे. Everybody sitting with their phones and looking at reels or talking about celebrities or fashion. At that time, they used to talk. The debate between students was about whether India should sign the nuclear proliferation treaty or not. और मैंने तो कभी ये नाम ही नहीं सुना, ये NPT ये है क्या? What is this treaty? So it was fascinating to be in a place where the country's issues were bigger than yours.
I agree.
I think that was really, really fascinating. I actually realized that because I was doing a master's in biotechnology. So for me, the reason I moved to do a MBA was because I realized that I'm not cut out for science. I was not cut out to be a researcher, somebody sitting in a lab, वो अपने मैं experiments कर रही हूँ, वो फिर 24 घंटे बाद पता चलता है वो fail हो गया, वो फिर से शुरू करो. It's a very solitary and a very lonely job. And I had a lot of, this desire to work in teams, be a leader, a team player, वो बचपन से था.
That's how you grown up.
तो फिर that time, like my husband, who was back then my boyfriend, he had already done his MBA. He'd gone to Jamnalal Bajaj, he'd done his MBA there. And then he told me, Manisha, the kind of people who do well here, they are your kind of people. So why don't you write CAT and try to do an MBA? You'll do well in that area. So actually वो जो guidance है वो मुझे parents से नहीं आई, वो actually boyfriend से आई. और कई बार मैं सोचती हूँ जब boyfriend बनाने के कभी कुछ अच्छे फ़ायदे भी होते हैं. Like people think it's a distraction, it's a this that. Actually I got a lot of guidance from him as well.
Those days were different, no? So now it's different. So, but as you correctly said, your parents probably was not so much into you because of the elder. And
और
then,
exposure ही नहीं था उनको exposure भी नहीं था.
But out of JNU and IIM, which campus had a more influence on you even today?
It's very hard to answer that question because मेरे को actually लगता है it's like 50-50. And one of the things that I missed at IIM, for example, was this obsession with shareholders' wealth and personal wealth, and not being very considerate of what's going on in your country. Like I remember कोई ऐसी headline आ जाती थी कि कोई calamity होगी या कुछ किसी को फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता था. I was like,
That's where we said, no, वो socialistic है. This is more on business, and business is a part of the country and the society. So when you are into a narrow area, naturally you miss out on broader picture.
Correct. So वो वहाँ पे मुझे अजीब लगता था कि भाई because even if you're running a business, you're not running it in isolation. You're running it in a context. And the context, if there is inequity in your country, if there's social unrest in your country, if there's political instability in your country, it is all a context in which your business is operating. So you must be concerned about that as well. So वो मुझे थोड़ा सा वहाँ अजीब लगता था. And I think in a completely very socialist tendency, place also, there can be a lot of, ideology and a lot of theory, but not enough action. So I like the bias for action that comes from the capitalist world. But I like the social considerations and the compassion and empathy that comes from the socialist world. And मेरे को लगता है कि I try to balance these two things in my life. Like, that's what I've tried to do.
Based on what you are saying, if I take a liberty to define the influence on you out of these two campuses, so it looks like a JNU, because once a character evolve, and the softer side, compassion, kindness, empathy, then picking up business side is not so difficult. But you are not a good human and the character is non-evolved and you get into a business, so that may be a very severe issue for the society, for the organizations where you have been attached with.
Yeah, हो सकता है, possible.
Because
I feel like business are skills. You know, it doesn't define you as a human being. Business तो किसी को भी आप सिखा सकते हो. But आपको इंसान कैसे बनना है? That is something that is an impression that is left on you. That is harder to do. So maybe you're right.
so what I'm trying to understand is, suppose if you have been not gone to a JNU and then you are an only IIM pass out and heading an Uber CMO, would there have been any difference the way you were handling people in Uber? Without JNU, you might have handled in a different manner.
हो सकता है. It's quite possible. I think I still I do. For me, you know, I mean, let's talk about all the gig worker businesses that are there today. There are so many of them.
Yeah, Swiggy, Zomato.
I feel terrible. I think they are not, you know, great businesses at all, because I think the gig workers do not have a great life. I
Now,
feel they are.
sorry for interrupting you, but this statement is coming from JNU. It's
It
not
is.
coming from IIM, because it's
Absolutely.
generating solid value for the promoters,
Absolutely.
for the organizers,
Absolutely.
but not for the human society.
नहीं, तो इसमें दो चीज़ें हो रही हैं. एक तो the gig worker is not really, this is not a job in which they are building self-esteem and self-respect. And there is no growth. वो बंदा यही करता रहेगा 20 साल. Second thing, this product is having a negative impact on society. So for me, these are both ethical questions as far as a business is concerned. So this is definitely my JNU brain working. If I were a founder of something, I would not have founded this business, right? So yeah, maybe. However, I have run businesses. I run a business even today. I make money. It's not like I don't. I've, you know, had P&L responsibilities. So I can run a business. But I think not at the cost of exploiting planet or people.
And that's the reason I think it's very necessary for education system to produce good human as a leader and manager, because that's where the whole society and system moves in a good way. Because, and the way you are talking, for example, Axis Bank you worked, and today some of the financial services company which we see, which charge 24, 25%, 30% interest from the people. So I think the people who are taking at 30%, they suffer. Have you faced similar questions in your job like HUL, Axis or Uber?
I think I've always questioned myself more than anybody else questioning me. And it's important, you know, अपने आप को you should keep questioning, okay, where is your life going, which direction, what are you doing? Because you get only one life, right? So one must not lead it, you know, भेड़ चाल में. Just कि सब कर रहे हैं तो चलो हम भी कर रहे हैं. So that I think, been, and sometimes I did not like what I was doing, maybe ethically or morally, I did not agree with it. And so you move on, you know, you find jobs where you feel they align with your values. I think that's equally important.
But being a highly opinion-centric person, independent person in terms of thinking, you would have faced lots of issue in corporate because you worked at a very different position. So you faced, and if you faced,
actually, I didn't face.
You didn't face.
Yeah, surprisingly, I
that's-
didn't face. Of course, sometimes you put a point across and people don't like it, or how you speak, and they'll give you feedback. But those are all good learnings, you know. Then you learn how to put your point across better, how to take people along with your thinking, how to influence people. And like they say, you know, there'll always be 20-30% things you don't like in a corporate, maybe, or in any job. Forget corporate, in any job. जब तक वो 20-30% है, it's fine. वो 60-70% नहीं होना चाहिए. Then it becomes like, you know, really hard to operate. So I think when you are working in any organization, you know, if you have strong opinions, what you can do is influence others. That's the good part of having strong opinions. You influence others, you shape the direction, you create a strategy, you can actually have a positive impact. Why should it necessarily be a bad thing? It doesn't have to be.
HUL, Axis and Uber, three different organizations from a three different era, I'll say.
Yeah.
So when you talk HUL, manufacturing, distribution, to
Yes.
greater extent, handling dealer and distributors. When you talk Axis, more service. When you talk Uber, more shared economy,
Yeah.
a completely new economy organization.
Yes.
So HUL, a old economy, new economy, a service organization. what difference you found in culture of these three organizations?
Quite a bit of difference. I think my first job was with HUL, and I think the great part about that organization is that it looks at new joinees as potential CEOs.
Excellent.
They look at the room and they
So
say,
you're talking a management trainee has been picked up.
बस इस कमरे में हमारा next CEO है.
Acha.
हमें वो उसको तराशना है, you know. So they really invest in people.
And it happened also. For
Yes,
example,
absolutely.
If you see the HUL history,
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
all have in-house CEOs.
Absolutely. And not only for India, but also for global. So many Indians have now taken on global positions. So they really invest in you as a person and help you to build competencies, qualities, skills. You know, it's an excellent training ground. And that's why it's also known as the CEO factory. And if you look at almost all large corporations in the country today, which are not family run, their CEOs will be from levers.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a great training ground, learned a good, old fashioned corporate in the sense that if you were a manager, you were like an afsar. So you were expected to conduct yourself a certain way. You were taught etiquette, you were taught leadership, you were taught teamwork, etc. Sometimes you were also taught, I remember when we went abroad for the first time, so they also gave us money to buy some new clothes. कि बाहर जा रहे हो तो अच्छे कपड़े पहन के जाना, So a lot of grooming. And I think that's been really wonderful. I think a lot of things that I've learned in that organization. I think Axis Bank was not only financial services, but it was an Indian brand. So मेरे लिए that was a big thing because I had only worked in multinationals prior to that, where a lot of stuff comes from global. ये आपका brand है, ये आपकी playbook है, आप इसी में operate कर सकते हो. You don't have that many degrees of freedom.
Silos domain.
I mean, in the sense, there's global control, But Axis Bank was an Indian bank, and secondly, it had just rebranded itself from UTI Bank to Axis Bank. So the brand itself was a very new brand. And when I took on this role, I knew that either I will do something great with it or I'll roll over and die. So it was a risk. But I thought, chalo karke dekhte hain. With my pedigree and my experience, I knew nahi to kahi aur job to mil hi jayegi. There is no downside. That's the whole benefit of a good education. You can always take risks. So wahan pe the culture was a little different because a lot of public sector background amongst the senior management as well. Yeah, UTI, and a lot of people had come from State Bank and other public sector banks. So secondly, I came from FMCG. So there was this thing like, what does she know? And I was a pretty young CMO. I was only 38. So I was SVP and CMO. SVPs at that time were about 55. I was 38. So I had to really establish myself there. And that was the place where I could, show my game. Mujhe kya aata hai? So that was a place for me to actually put things in place and did a lot of good breakthrough work there, which I'm extremely proud of. Built some strong teams, built a lot of good digital platforms. I did much more than marketing there. Eventually, I used to run the electronic banking group, which means all of internet banking, mobile banking, ATM channel, launched the rewards program and re-transformed the branch experience. Like, बहुत काम किया वहाँ पे. So that was a place where I did not follow the culture, I set the culture. I did not follow something given to me because nothing was given to me. I set up the agenda. I set the mandate. So it was very fulfilling for me to do that.
So, sorry, but if you want to give a message to our young audience who will be in corporate or corporate people who wants to grow up, what do you feel? What advice you will give? How they will grow up in corporate? What they should do?
I think the first 10, 12 years of your corporate career where you have just joined, from the starting and till you are middle management is the time to learn. I always tell my team people, don't complain कि तुम्हें कितना bonus मिला, कितना increment मिला. But अगर तुमने 6 महीने में कुछ नई चीज़ नहीं सीखी, please complain.
Correct.
How come nobody's taught you anything new? How come your profile has not been built? How come your skill set has not been built? How come you've not learned new competencies? That is a good reason to quit. But don't quit over like वो 10% ज़्यादा यहाँ मिल रहा है या 15% वहाँ या these things you will not even remember. Come on, if I ask you or myself, what did you earn in 2002? Will you remember? Obviously, we won't remember. It's not, does not matter.
If we recollect, then it would be peanuts
Absolutely.
compared to, yes.
But what did you learn that year?
Correct.
That is what is important. Then I think there's a time when you come into middle/senior management, जब आपको कोई responsibility मिलती है, that is when you need to play on the front foot.
उसमें एक ही प्रॉब्लम होता है कि when you go and tell to the team कि 10 साल काम करो, so nowadays people feel कि you are asking too long a period and probably because we do not want them to grow or want to give that promotion or a increment or a salary, so you are telling 10 साल काम करो. But yeah, it's a foundation.
It is a foundation and life is a marathon यार. It's not a sprint. ये अभी तो आपको बहुत भागना है. आपको मतलब what are you even talking about? What are you in a hurry? Life अभी बहुत है लंबी. So you need to play it out. And actually when you play it out properly ना, तो personal growth आती है. नहीं तो personal growth आती नहीं है. पैसा आ जाता है. अब without personal growth पैसा आ गया, आपको पता ही नहीं उस पैसे का करना क्या है. The only thing you can imagine doing with it is going and blowing it up on some shopping. That's it. गो छुट्टी पे चले गए, गाड़ी खरीद ली, नई घड़ी खरीद ली. हाँ यार वो थोड़ी ना जीवन का, that is not the point. So this is actually an issue, Snehal, in our society today. कि लोगों को personally they are still immature.
Correct.
पैसे आ गए, अब बस वहाँ से गड़बड़ शुरू हो रही है.
ये बी स्कूल्स में तो बहुत हो रहा है, बिकॉज एट यंगर एज जब आप 20-25 लाख की सैलरी से शुरुआत करते हो, अब करना क्या है
इसका करें क्या या
तो फिर वो फ्रेंड्स की मैरिज सिंगापुर में हो रही है तो आप वहाँ अटेंड करते हो एंड यू स्टार्ट ब्लोइंग इट अप मनी.
ट्रू.
It's a part of education. Uber, how was the experience? Because it's a gig economy, very young generation.
It was a very, I should say, personally for me, it was a difficult experience.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think maybe I was too old for it.
Okay.
Right? And it a very young company, very young people. And I think one of the downsides of getting so much venture capital or so much private equity into small companies and helping them grow artificially so fast is that the company is again not mature, but the business is big. So that is one issue. It's a similar issue जैसे अगर आप इंसान हो और आपको बहुत जल्दी बहुत पैसे मिल गए. Same problem.
तो सेल्स बढ़ रहा है because इक्विटी और वीसी से फंड हुआ है, मार्केटिंग पे पैसा डाला है आपने, आपका सेल्स इज गोइंग अप, एग्री.
बिल्कुल.
बट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मैच्योर नहीं हो रहा है.
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मैच्योर नहीं हो रहा. बट द इल्यूजन इज कि ये सब हमारी वजह से हो रहा है. बट वो आपकी वजह से नहीं हो रहा. वो हो रहा है इसलिए बिकॉज किसी ने उसमें पैसे डाले हैं. वो अगर कल पैसे चले जाएं तो डू यू हैव द प्रोसेसेस, द सिस्टम्स, द टैलेंट, द थिंकिंग to actually run it the same way that you were running it with all that money?
जो आप बोलते हो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मैच्योर नहीं है तो उसमें क्या चीज़ मिसिंग है आपके हिसाब से?
बेसिक लेट्स से फर्स्ट स्किल्स एंड प्रोसेसेस. ठीक है. अब आई कैन स्पीक फॉर मार्केटिंग फॉर एग्जांपल. सी मार्केटिंग ऐसी चीज़ है, पीपल थिंक कोई भी कर सकता है. दिस जनरल अजम्पशन है, ये क्या बड़ी बात है, राइट? बट द रीज़न दैट सम ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आर ग्रेट मार्केटिंग कंपनीज इज बिकॉज दे हैव स्ट्रॉन्ग प्रोसेसेस. And those processes can be as simple as writing an advertising brief. आपने ad agency को कुछ ad बनाने को बोला, आपने क्या brief दी उनको? वो brief में आपने क्या लिखा? फिर जब ad वापस बन के आई या उन्होंने आपको एक script सुनाया, draft सुनाया, तो did you match it with your brief? Did you give them the correct feedback? Did you get carried away? You forgot, you lost sight of what you were trying to do and you're just doing something. All these things are there in processes, right? And these are things that you learn. How to spend money efficiently. You are spending big budgets. You are putting ads somewhere. Are you just recruiting celebrities and paying them off, or you're actually getting the maximum for this money? When there's excess money lying around, तब तो आप उड़ाए जाओ. पर जिस दिन पैसे नहीं हैं, उसी में से आप फिर मार्केटिंग का बजट कैसे निकालते हो और उसको कैसे इम्पैक्टफुल बनाते हो. That's something that people learn, right? You don't get it otherwise. So these are just small examples of what it takes to build. And also a huge sense of consumer centricity. See, जब आपके पास इतने पैसे नहीं होते, so you'll think 100 times before launching a new product. Because the cost of launching that product, it can be very high. And therefore you will meet consumers, you'll talk to them, you'll get insights, you'll get feedback, you'll perfect, you'll test it, you'll do market testing, small, then you'll launch. बिकॉज सबसे बड़ा उसका खर्चा इज़ व्हेन यू लॉन्च इट. बट जब आपके पास इतने पैसे हैं देन योर आइडिया बिकम्स लेट मी थ्रो 10 थिंग्स ऑन द वॉल. जो एक चीज़ चिपकी 9 फेलियर हो गया, नो प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज देयर इज दिस रेस of trying to get there faster. So again, people have not learned the rigor of new product development. So these things, if you don't learn all these skills and competencies, then the day the money goes away, you are floundering, you don't know what to do, right? So those are the kind of situations that sometimes these unicorns and these scaled up quick businesses can find themselves in. And
So
I think
being a finance person, when you were explaining, I was connecting this to the world. तो जब आपको यूनिकॉर्न बनाना है नॉर्मली तो ये प्रोसेस रहती है, थ्रो 10, लेट्स सी व्हाट वर्क एंड बिल्ड रेवेन्यू सेल्स रादर देन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन प्रोसेस सिस्टम एंड पैट. बट आप एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बना रहे हो तो यू वुड हैव वेरी सॉलिड प्रोडक्ट एंड यू विल वर्क ऑन प्रोडक्ट एंड देन बिल्ड ऑन रेवेन्यू. बात तो आपकी सही है.
एंड कल्चर. फिर इस एनवायरनमेंट में हसलिंग एज अ वर्ड इज गिवन सो मच प्रीमियम कि अरे वी नीड हसलर्स, बिकॉज जल्दी जल्दी करो. बट हसलिंग में क्या होता है, यू बिल्ड अ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वेयर डॉग ईट्स डॉग, and that is not a healthy culture. Correct. That is not a healthy culture. So I feel like there is what we used to think is corporate, was a very different animal from what today is referred to as corporate. Because in our years, the golden era, there was a lot of focus on good culture. People used to be lifers, yeah. We used to spend our entire life in one company. Correct. Because it was seen as a good sign that you don't jump jobs every other day. Abhi I worked for 25 years. I've got 3 or 4 companies on my resume. अब तो वो 3-4 कंपनियां अब 4 साल में हो जाती हैं. So that way you're just opportunistically jumping, which was not the case at our time.
But then who is responsible for that? Organization or probably the generation or the employee who are working in organization?
I think it's a combination of many factors. The first thing is that people in senior management, they don't take out the time to develop and mentor the youngsters. I think it's something that should really come back, and it's very, very important for managers. If you're responsible for somebody, you're not responsible for a P&L. कि भी ये सब अपना टारगेट करेंगे तो मेरा टारगेट हो जाएगा. नहीं, यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द पर्सनल ग्रोथ ऑफ दीज 10, 12, 20 पीपल हु आर रिपोर्टिंग टू यू. दैट इज़ योर जॉब. इफ़ यू डेवलप देम, नंबर पक्का होएगा.
But P&L is an outcome of people and process.
And then again, to again talk about that increment in 2002 or the thing. जब आप इन बंदों को मिलोगे 10 साल बाद, आपको ये थोड़ा याद रहेगा यार इसने क्या टारगेट किया था, क्या नहीं किया था. बट they will send you a message on जब टीचर्स डे होता है, और they will send you a message saying, oh, today is Guru Purnima, I thought of you. That is your punji. That is what you earn over your lifetime. That memory and that association कि you had a positive impact on somebody's life. उससे ज़्यादा valuable चीज़ ही नहीं है कोई.
Your last position was Chief Marketing Officer.
Yes.
Which is the highest as far as the function is.
I held that position for 10 years, by the way, across Axis Bank and then Clicks Capital and Uber. So it was a conscious decision for me to not want to migrate higher than that.
Okay, so you were clear on CMO
Yes.
level. So would you like to share your insights for corporate functional head or HOD? Because it's a leadership role.
Yes.
So your wisdom, your insights for those leaders who are leaders or going to be a leader.
Yeah.
They should take care or they should probably do.
Yeah. I think when you are the functional head somewhere, you are responsible for the culture of your team. It's not HR's responsibility. A lot of functional heads seem to think कि वो सब HR की problem है. HR की problem नहीं है यार. You are HR. You are the functional head. You call the shots here. So I think that's one very important thing. The second thing is that you must have a good vision for your function, and from the vision, a strategy. If you are not a visionary, you can't be a functional leader, because in which direction will you steer your team, right? The third thing is that you must invest in the talent. You must keep thinking, अच्छा ये इनमें से कौन मेरा जॉब लेगा, ये कोई इनमें से कोई आपका जॉब लेगा तभी तो आप ऊपर जाओगे, नहीं तो फिर how will you grow, right? So you have to constantly keep investing in your team, making sure they are learning, they are growing, they're getting opportunities, things like that. And I would also say that how you deal with instructions coming from the top and pass them on to your team is also a very important part. The minute I used to have this strategy, you may call it, or whatever, way of working, that when I used to be at Axis Bank, I used to sit on the second floor and the executive leadership used to sit on the 8th floor. So कभी फ़ोन आता था कि भैया everybody used to get, Manisha has been called, ऊपर गई है. फिर मुड़ के मैं जब आती थी तो क्या हुआ, what did the CEO say? And I used to say, no, nothing. Even if there was something to say, I would say it the next day. Okay, because two things. First, you don't want to just pass on stress.
Correct.
वहाँ से आगे इनके पे dump कर दो.
It's your job. You are there to take care of.
Secondly, sometimes I used to always wait till next day, because sometimes leadership also thinks the next day कि भी मेरी argument शायद मनीषा की argument ठीक थी, तो actually मनीषा जो मैं कल कह रही थी ना वो let's not do it. हाँ, तो good. Thank God I didn't come and just immediately change plans, right? And then if you are seen as a puppet of senior management, तो तुम्हारी क्या इज्जत रह जाएगी यार? For your team, अपनी इज्जत बनाए रखना भी एक ज़रूरी चीज़ है. So I would say for senior leadership, these are the things that you should look for. And you must look to build a legacy, always. See, our life here on the planet is short. In every sphere, we should look to build a legacy. And I'm sorry to tell that collecting wealth is not a legacy.
Tom Peter, once upon a time, the guy who has written In Search of Excellence, and working was McKinsey, very known management guru, still alive and stopped now writing and giving public. He made a statement, people have been promoted to the level of incompetency. That was his statement. So what you're saying is an HR job, bringing the key, the genuine leaders as a functional head, because based on what you explain, what they should do, if they are good leader, they are good matured people, they are balanced, they are good human, then they would not pass that stress, they know how to handle, they take responsibility, they convey message appropriate time, in an appropriate manner.
Yeah.
So, what is your experience wherever you have worked? Have you really come across those all functional head who were competent enough to head that function, or you felt that because they were senior in that organization and remained in that position for so many years in that function, now they have become leader? Because people don't, many believe now in corporate that the decisions has been not taken for an organization, the decisions have been taken more for individuals.
I think, एक competency होती थी जो हमें, we were taught, especially in Unilever. It was called courage of conviction. It's a very important competency. You are convinced about something, fine. You must have the courage to speak. I find this competency lacking in senior leaders today. बाहर आके बोल देंगे, हाँ यार, but ठीक है, अब वो मैम ने बोल दिया, सर ने बोल दिया, चलो, let's just go with it. But when you're not working in the interest of the company or the brand or the business, you're doing a huge disservice to the organization. One thing I've always believed in, that you don't work for people, you work for the organization. At the same time, the organization is not your identity.
Correct.
Okay? So always do what's right for the organization and for the brand. And I have kept that in mind even when I've run my own ventures. I have always thought about the brand, not about myself. Not ke mere kya paise banenge, but more ke what is the right thing for this idea? What is the right thing for this venture? And I have never become the spokesperson of the organization. I find it strange when people on their LinkedIn feed, every day they are putting something, aaj company ne ye kiya, aaj company ne wo kiya, aaj. Achha, then suddenly, oh, by the way, today I've changed my company. Now I'll tell you, is company ne kya kiya. So, this is not who you are. It is a professional place to talk about who you are. But you are only telling me what your company did. And that is not what you should be doing. So at the end of it, nobody knows you. So always keep these two things in mind. At least that's what I've kept in mind.
So what forced you to leaving corporate and get into a job, an entrepreneurship? What forced you to get into entrepreneurship from a corporate?
Actually, I'll tell you कि हुआ क्या. My first entrepreneurship venture was Indian Art Collectors. And this was something I started actually as a moonlighting venture.
Which later on has been sold off to NDTV.
That's right. So I used to work at Colgate Palmolive. This is about 2004 or 5. And you know, when you become a little bit affluent, middle managers, which both my husband and I were, we thought यार थोड़ा सा घर सुंदर लगना चाहिए. So किसी गैलरी में गए तो वहाँ से 2-4 पीसेस आर्ट के खरीद लिए हमने. तो तब थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट बिल्ड हुआ इन द आर्ट मार्केट. एंड आई रियलाइज्ड कि यार ये तो आर्ट मार्केट इज़ वेरी ओपेक and also very constrained. Now remember, this is 2004 or 5. Huh? There was no Amazon, no Flipkart, no LinkedIn, no Facebook, no Instagram, कुछ भी नहीं था. सिर्फ इंटरनेट था, वेब 1.0, not even 2.0. तो I thought there are two problems with the art market. The first is if you buy a work which you are buying thinking कि इसकी value बढ़ेगी. When you go to sell it, where do you sell? There is no place to sell. So it is an illiquid asset. So can we create a place where you can build some liquidity for it? And the second thing was that the number of galleries to the number of artists was disproportionate, in the sense galleries were very few, artists were way too many. And a lot of artists were based in smaller cities, tier 2 towns, where there was no gallery representation. So ये 2-3 चीज़ें मुझे लगी about the art market. तो ऐसे ही बैठे बैठे आई थॉट कि यार वाई नॉट क्रिएट अ ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म वेयर नॉट ओनली आर्टिस्ट बट ऑल्सो कलेक्टर्स हु ऑलरेडी हैव द वर्क्स ऑफ सम आर्टिस्ट कैन पुट अप देयर वर्क्स एंड दे कैन सेल टू ईच अदर विदाउट पेइंग एनी fees, transaction fee. So you don't lose the value that you've got in terms of appreciation just by paying it off to somebody as commissions. तो वहाँ से Indian Art Collectors का idea आया. And my sister back then used to run a web design company. So I told her, will you be able to design this for me? And she said, yeah, it's like a simple website. So I gave all the flows. Okay, this is all done post work. बैठ के ये artist
जॉब के साथ पैरेलल किया.
जॉब के साथ पैरेलल किया कि ऐसे होएगा, यहाँ पे कोई अपलोड करेगा, वो खरीदेगा, उसको मैसेज आएगा, फिर वो स्टेटस चेंज करेगा. एंड द होल प्रोसेस वाज सच दैट इट डिड नॉट नीड एनी ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन. It ran on alerts, okay, email alerts. So it was a little bit futuristic for sure, and I often joke that I got the wrong category. अगर मैंने कुछ और पकड़ा होता तो शायद मैं billionaire होती.
Too early probably.
Too early. But this started getting a little life of its own. Artists started signing up, buyers started coming, collectors started reselling, and it started getting some traction.
But does it help you in your job? What I mean is,
I'll tell you how it helped me in my job.
Please.
So it did not help me while I was at Colgate. And one of the reasons that Colgate, I obviously declared to them that I was doing this, they did not have a problem because there was no conflict.
Correct.
आप तो brick and mortar business में काम कर रहे हो, ये digital business है, तो there's no conflict at all. But when I joined Axis Bank, I was basically, recruited as chief marketing officer. तो बंदा क्या सोचता है, क्या करेगा chief marketing? तो 4 ad बना देगा, कुछ posters बना देगा, that's what you do. But very soon we started realizing that the brand is also built digitally. And, Shikha Sharma, who was the CEO that time, she said, listen, can you revamp the website? So that is where all this learning came in handy. Because Colgate में और Unilever में तो मैंने कुछ digital सीखा ही नहीं था. But because of this, I had built up so much knowledge on SEO, link building, web design, flows, things like that. And I said, of course I can do this because I knew how to. So उस बैंक की वेबसाइट चेंज की. फिर वेबसाइट में से there's a login and you go into internet banking. तो internet banking का एक्सपीरियंस अब इतना jarring लग रहा था because the website looked great. So then she was like, can you do something about the internet banking? And I was like, yeah, sure, I can do something. So I obviously also learned. I hired the right people. I had a great team who did a lot of the work. But I had the confidence to take on all this because of this experience that I had of running a venture. Now, sometimes I get scared saying this because I don't want any youngsters to think कि अच्छा भाई, let's just do moonlighting ventures and not focus on our job. Moonlighting venture is supposed to be done in moonlight. So it's important. It's important to be able to still show that you have the discipline and commitment to your day job, and this is something that you're doing as a hobby or as a passion project.
And plus, as you correctly said, remain committed to your organization. So people who are committed, they do 3 things. They will still not compromise with their organization.
Absolutely.
And those who are not committed, they will do only one thing. They will still not do it correctly.
Correct. That is true.
Basic to clear rakhna hai. Why I asked this question? Ki accidentally you did something else and that helped you in your job, which is good.
Yeah.
But one philosophy which I have developed and I shared across the country with lots of professional and business community is that with your existing job and business, when you're doing something parallelly, mentally you stressed out less, you remain relaxed, and so this organizational issue which you really make so big in your mind, because that's the only issue you have,
Yes.
does not become a severe problem. And so I keep on telling to my team, to the people who are working with me, or where I go and do a public address, that please, with your existing job, develop some hobby, some passion, some business. So mentally you remain relaxed, and so you perform well in your job also, your organization, you de-stress yourself.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I had read somewhere that this is called the well of positivity.
Well of positivity.
Yeah,
Chalo,
it
I
is
got
a
a language now.
it is
Very
a
good.
well. इसमें आपको पॉजिटिविटी भरनी है. हाँ, फिर then when your chips are down, and believe me, everybody's chips will be down one day. If you think your career will go smoothly and never something will go wrong,
Not
you're
possible.
mistaken. If you think your life will go smoothly and nothing will go wrong, again you're mistaken. आपकी लाइफ में करियर में अप्स एंड डाउन ज़रूर आएंगे. उस टाइम पे टू नॉट कम्प्लीटली फॉल इन टू द डेप्थ्स, दिस वेल ऑफ पॉजिटिविटी रियली हेल्प्स यू, बिकॉज वहाँ पे आपको अभी भी यू विल गेट सम फुलफिलमेंट, सम हैप्पीनेस, सम क्रिएटिव आउटलेट, very, I totally agree with you. That's an extremely important thing to do.
And that is where we said the HR need to change with time. For example, one of the company where I was involved, I told HR that let employee have some hobby groups during daytime, or they want to learn something parallel in terms of online classes for an half an hour, 1 hour, once, thrice a week, they should do it. Or HR should parallelly force to develop some hobby, some other things with their existing job.
But Snehal, I don't necessarily agree with that, because that is like, companies cannot do what we expect of colleges and schools to do before that.
But unfortunately, you reach to corporate and then you do not have hobby. What will do then?
ये तभी it is very important for people listening to this podcast who have young children कि they should develop all this at home with them.
ये वो तो
And not wait कि भी अब मैं बड़ा होके अब मैं देख रहा हूँ भी मेरे पास कोई hobby नहीं है. Because you can never learn hobbies when you're 40. You need to learn them when you are, by
School,
20, by
college days.
22 you should be done. That interest you can pick up any time.
school college days.
But you must have build that interest at that point in time.
School college. But organization
So,
gets
one important thing for organizations and why they should encourage people to have hobbies is because you will have more creative people in your organization. I remember I used to work in the skincare team and I used to do new product development. तो हम वीकेंड से जब मंडे को ऑफिस आते थे तो आर बॉस, अ जेंटलमैन कॉल विवेक रामपाल, हु आई होल्ड इन वेरी हाई एस्टीम, ही वुड से क्या किया वीकेंड पे, क्या किया बताओ. कुछ नहीं किया. ही इज़ लाइक क्या, कोई मूवी देखी नहीं, कोई किताब पढ़ी नहीं, कुछ नहीं किया. तो ही इज़ लाइक, I don't want people in my team who've not watched any movie, not read any book, not gone to any theater, because where will you get new ideas from? So for that cross-pollination, you must have things beyond your work life. Only then you can cross-pollinate them and think of something new at work. So that was such a good grounding that I got in my early career. कि if you want to be creative, see, creativity is a muscle in your brain. उसको आप जितना exercise करोगे उतना वो बढ़ेगा. It's not luck or inborn. It's actually a muscle. And creativity is nothing but joining dots of 3-4 different ideas and making a new idea. तो वो अगर आपके पास बार बार exposure नहीं आया of seeing different things, experiencing different, hanging out with different people, तो आप creative हो नहीं सकते. And I don't mistake creativity at work for making ads and posters. No.
everything.
Every problem at work has a creative solution. Every problem. And in fact, with AI coming in, almost all jobs can get replaced by machines except creative problem solving.
Must be continued.
So it's a very important skill, and you can only build it if you have other ideas and hobbies and interests beyond your work.
And why we are pursuing this point too long? Because currently in Indian corporate, the work-life balance is a very debatable point, because there is a statement came from Narayan Murthy, to which there was lots of discussion happening in Indian media. And that's where I believe still an HR have a role to play, because if you create a work or a job which do not look like a job, so I think the balance will always be there. That means while people are working, they are at home. On why they are at home, they are at working. And if that smooth transition we create, And I think that's a HR, that's a top management, that's a functional head responsibility. And I think that's where the whole organization will grow, and corporate will not be a place which probably a kind of stress zone. Because, and nowadays what's happening because of social media, materialism, shopping, peer comparison. In general, the competitive environment is going up, which really create a lots of pressure on the nerves of the people, and then there are dispute or there are differences within the organization, it's blow up and become a major issues then.
True.
And that's where if you are having certain hobby, you are involved in some other activity, so you are working but you are mentally there, and then you are relaxed also, and so you are also working, so you are performing well. So that kind of ecosystem one can create, because fortunately I work with bosses where when I work I never felt I am working. So they were such a great leader that though they have got their job done in a right manner, in a right perspective, but they never gave us a feel that I am working. And if that what probably Indian organization learn and they start doing it, it would really help individual, it will help organization, it will serve everyone's objective and purpose also.
Absolutely.
So how farming started? Because what I understood from you is while working in a corporate, you purchase land.
Yes.
I am extrapolating here some of the things that you got a decent salary, you had a lower expenses, you saved some money. Out of this money, you purchase a land. One more assumption I am making, this land you have purchased away because that was what you had in terms of saving. So you said, whatever I am getting from this money, I buy rather than buying it nearby.
So, for as long as I can remember, and I don't know exactly why I'm like that, but I've been very environmentally conscious. Okay, from, I don't know from when, but from as long as I can remember.
And when you said environmentally conscious means?
Matlab, I'm a conscious consumer. I don't buy and throw.
Can you give me an example?
An example would be that if my sandals are broken, I would rather try to get them repaired than go and buy a new sandal.
Understood.
Okay, if I can repurpose something, I'll try to just repurpose it. So
the fixing up things in home at childhood
has helped. Absolutely. And our natural resources, I am very aware and conscious that they are limited, and so we must conserve them. So like not keeping the tap running, not wasting water. ये सब चीज़ें तो I have no idea कब से है मेरे दिमाग में.
But family plus JNU.
I don't know from where, honestly, to be honest. I don't remember from where, but it is there. Now, once you became parents, you become more conscious of the fact कि यार तुम्हारे बाद भी किसी ने आना है, उनके लिए भी कुछ बचा रहना चाहिए. You can't consume.
यहाँ पे एक point, the way you have grown up is fine, please assume. But the next generation may not necessarily follow what you said. So when you said as a parents, so you have 2 daughters, that's what we discussed.
I have 2 daughters.
So are they inclined to what you are living, or they are not comfortable with that?
No, I'll come to that. Let me just explain कि हमारा context क्या था, in which we entered this space.
Environment consciousness.
Environment consciousness थी. Then I used to take the local train in Bombay, and I used to see कि दोनों sides में train tracks के garbage है. फिर वो ये भी मैंने देखा यार, जो चीज़ें मैं बेच रही हूँ उसी की पैकेजिंग पड़ी है यहाँ पे.
अच्छा.
वो भी ध्यान में आया कि यार मतलब you are working in those companies, वो उन्हीं के ट्यूब, उन्हीं के सैशे यहाँ पर पड़ रहे हैं. That was one of also the reasons I moved to financial services. मेरे को I just felt that I did not want to be part of the garbage producing industries anymore. This was a conscious choice as well. And but समझ नहीं आती थी करें क्या, what to do. So everything I could do at home I was already doing. Let me explain. I have not burst crackers even once in the last 30 years that I've run my own household. I have not gone for rain dance, holy parties ever. Okay. We don't consume single-use packaging products which are like that. आया, खोला, पिया, फेंक दिया. Starbucks का जाते जाते हर रोज़ एक कप खरीद लिया. मतलब these are things I feel are totally not needed. And I read a very good quote somewhere, let not something that gives you 5 minutes of joy be a burden on the planet for 500 years. आपने तो पकड़ के फेंक दिया, उसका क्या होएगा उस कप का? It will be there forever. So some of these things we were already doing, and a few things that used to bother me was कि यार हमारा खाना कहाँ से आ रहा है, ये कैसे उगा है, कहाँ उगा है, we have no idea. हमारा गार्बेज कहाँ जाता है, we don't know. ये कहाँ कोई डंप करता है, क्या अब हम ट्रेन में जा रहे हैं, शायद वो हमारा ही कचरा है जो पड़ा है, which we are saying, oh man, our country is so dirty. You know, this is your kachra only. It's not somebody else's kachra. And in Bombay, if you've lived there, the Virar Lake is there. Vihar Lake, not Virar Lake, Vihar Lake. उसमें ना उसका level drop होना शुरू हो जाता है. And if monsoon is delayed ना, there is always some panic के पानी खत्म हो जाएगा. And then you can see the tankers doing the rounds. So ये 3-4 चीज़ें used to cause a lot of anxiety, latent anxiety in me that, you know, we are not doing enough to protect our planet and हमारे बच्चों का क्या होगा. That was my overriding feeling. Now, we didn't know what to do, but we met a friend who told me about permaculture. Okay, छुट्टी पे गए थे हम कहीं my husband and I, and we met her for dinner, and she told us that she and her husband were planning to start a permaculture project. तो हमने तो कभी ये शब्द सुना नहीं था कि permaculture होता क्या है. We asked her, what ये होता क्या है permaculture? She said, you know, it's a way of building human settlements which mimic nature. And so you can get all your needs, but without destroying the planet. Instead, you build up the planet. Okay, that was how she explained it to us. And ये ऐसे मतलब बत्ती सी जल गई ना in our head. You know, sometimes some penny drops and एक light सी on हो जाती है. Literally, we felt like that. कि the answer to this anxiety कि कुछ करना चाहते हैं, we want to do something more, something bigger. We found the answer today. So we, if I'm not mistaken, we met her on 30th or 31st of July of 2010. This is between leaving Colgate-Palmolive and joining Axis Bank. I had a chutti. This is that time.
Okay.
And the registry of the land is 17th September, 6 weeks.
6 weeks. So
that's it.
Good. So your execution ability helps you.
So we decided this on the flight back from the holiday, कि ये करेंगे. My husband that time was on a sabbatical. He'd taken a year off to pursue some bucket list things. So he came to Chandigarh. The reason we came to Chandigarh to buy land is because we wanted to settle eventually on the outskirts of Chandigarh and not outside of Bombay, because हम तो मराठी भी नहीं बोलते.
अच्छा.
So it's very important when you do something like this and you're going and living in the countryside that you assimilate yourself in the local culture. And we felt we would not be able to do that in Maharashtra. But here we are locals, sort of. So we came back and we bought the land here, and it was a completely barren piece of land. And wahan pe we started building this permaculture project in 2010. So just to give you a context, I'd just become Chief Marketing Officer at Axis Bank. My children were 7 and 10, 2 girls. I used to still run Indian Art Collectors. And now this was a new project. Okay? So, and all long distance. This was long distance. So I always tell people, boss, if we could do it, anybody can do it. Okay? Don't underestimate what you can achieve if you set your heart to it. You can really do a lot of things.
So land you purchased
Yeah.
was from the saving you had during your corporate.
Of course. See, the thing is कि corporate pays you well. Now the question is कि आप इस पैसे का क्या कर रहे हो? And when we bought this land, even some of our family members could not believe that we were doing something as foolish as this. कि यार तुमने इतनी ज़मीन ले ली पैसों की, अब इसमें से अच्छा immediately तो हम उसमें कोई commercial model तो है नहीं immediately.
You were in Mumbai and you purchased Chandigarh.
Yes.
So while working, how you used to manage the distance and the location?
So first, we were very fortunate to find some people locally who were willing to work with us.
But आप जा रहे थे या
हाँ
मुंबई
हाँ,
से
of course
चंडीगढ़?
जाते थे हाँ.
कब
I used to
frequency
go.
क्या थी?
I used to go maybe 8 times a year.
8 times a year.
हाँ.
Okay.
And then as a family, we would probably go 4 times a year. So Easter break, summer holiday, Diwali holiday, Christmas holiday. ये 4 holidays हैं. बच्चों के साथ we would go. And then बीच में एक weekend, Monday or Friday day off लेके, I would make a 3-day weekend and I would go. And because it was our hometown, we were fortunate our parents could go and check on it. You know, sometimes in these things, projects, you just need कि कोई बंदा आया है. गाड़ी खड़ी थी किसी की.
हाँ कोई आके देख के गया.
कोई आके देख के गया. तो the locals don't think of it as unattended land.
डिटेल में इसलिए जा रहे हैं मनीषा जी कि the viewers audience realize कि ये parallel move कैसे होती है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
So no, if someone is debating, someone is thinking, then they
Absolutely.
actually know कि ये possible है और ऐसे possible है.
And the way you have to see this is कि you'll say अच्छा आपने वहाँ पे लोग रखे तो उनकी आपको तनख्वाह देनी पड़ी थी. Of course, but remember you are also earning.
I think plus इनकी तनख्वाह इनकी सैलरी ज़्यादा नहीं होती है. आप आपकी लाइफस्टाइल करेक्ट कर लोगे तो वो सैलरी निकल जाएगी.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, एंड अगर नहीं भी निकली, दे दो यार तनख्वाह, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Sometimes you see the kind of money people are spending on vacations or partying or, you know, celebrations. It is a few people's salary. So it's okay if you're paying. In fact, आप कुछ भलाई कर रहे हो. That this money you're earning in big cities, large corporations, if you can trickle it down to a village, it's great. Actually, this is the trickle down effect which probably economists had thought of but never happened.
Never happened. That is how the theory works. So आपने saving में से ही land खरीदी.
हाँ जी.
And then you hired people.
Yes.
And then you used to go 8 times a year.
Yes.
And during that journey, probably you were developing the land.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
वो डिटेल थोड़ा आप शेयर करो प्लीज.
तो सी पर्माकल्चर होता क्या है और इसका मूल क्या है? यू नो, वी मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड. सो पर्माकल्चर एज अ वर्ड ओरिजिनेट्स फ्रॉम परमानेंट एग्रीकल्चर. दिस इज द ओरिजिनल कॉन्सेप्ट कि हाउ डू यू ग्रो योर फूड in an environment where every 4 months you are not running a tractor and disrupting the whole ecosystem.
So tractor अच्छा चलाने
Modern
की जरूरत ही नहीं
agriculture,
है.
modern agriculture is very temporary. हर 4 महीने आपकी फसल कटती है, आप सब पूरी अपनी ज़मीन पे ट्रैक्टर चलाते हो.
हाँ.
जो वहाँ जीव जंतु आए थे वो बेचारे सब डिस्प्लेस हो जाते हैं
चले गए.
एंड अब आप फिर से स्टार्ट करते हो. राइट
अच्छा.
नाउ इन पर्माकल्चर देयर इज अ सेंस ऑफ परमानेंस. दैट परमानेंस कम्स फ्रॉम ट्रीज.
Okay.
And that is why permaculture systems are often called food forests. ये एक खाद्य वन है. You know, it's a bit like what probably our old growth forests used to be. अब हमारी प्राणिक कथाएं हैं, our mythological stories we hear about राम सीता लक्ष्मण 14 साल
वन में रहे.
वन में रहे. वो कोई रसोइया तो नहीं लेके गए थे. Last time I checked, they had not taken.
सही बात है.
Who fed them? The forest fed them. And that's why there's Sitaphal, there's Ramphal, ये उनका favorite था, ये इनका favorite था. This is where they originate from. So a forest has the capacity to feed humans. The problem is we've forgotten it. So in a permaculture setup, we set up a food forest. और इसमें पेड़ों का बहुत मान्य है. कुछ फल के पेड़ हैं. Some trees are native trees. They attract birds. They fix nitrogen. They give you leaf litter. They give you timber. They give you other things. They're not giving you fruit, but they are giving other benefits. Then there are some wind-breaking trees which prevent the winds from coming into your land. Then there are some medicinal trees which will give you some medicines. So it's a combination of many types of trees. And when they all put together, they create an ecosystem. And this ecosystem is self-running and regenerative. अब इसमें क्या होता है, आपके इनपुट कॉस्ट बहुत ही लो हो जाते हैं क्योंकि आपको इसमें कुछ खर्चे ही नहीं है और आपका आउटपुट हर साल बढ़ता रहता है बिकॉज योर इकोसिस्टम इज गेटिंग स्ट्रॉन्गर एवरी ईयर, मोर पावरफुल एवरी ईयर. मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंटली, दिस गिव्स यू अ हैबिटैट. A habitat is a place where not only humans but other species can live. What is the problem with our planet today? We are destroying our habitat. We are destroying our ability to live out in nature. Humans तो survive कर रहे हैं, हमारे पास AC है, पर बाकी जानवरों के पास तो AC है नहीं. So वो एक एक करके extinct हो जा रहे हैं और हम अपने AC लगा के बैठे हैं. तो when you create a habitat, आपका जो farm है वो केवल एक factory नहीं रहता, वो आपका घर बन जाता है. It becomes a home for you, where your needs are fulfilled, but you are not extractive in your mindset. And आपके यहाँ surplus generate होना शुरू हो जाता है, which you can take to market, and you can earn money out of this model. So this is really what permaculture is. तो हम जब वहाँ से आते थे, हमने पहले अपने staff के साथ expectation setting की.
Manisha, it's great to listen certain words from an ex-HUL employee. Yeah, great. So, summarizing, saving में से you buy land, and I believe कि इतनी महंगी land ये नहीं होगी. एक middle management employee जो corporate में है, who is earning between 10 lakh to 40 lakh, 50 lakh per annum range में, I think ये खरीद पाएगा ना. And what is the minimum size of land one should buy?
You can get anything, but first and foremost, you probably already have ancestral land. ठीक है?
But कितना minimum size चाहिए आपको permaculture शुरू करने के लिए?
Anything. आधा एकड़ भी चलेगा.
आधा एकड़ चलेगा.
Because it's a design science. वही डिज़ाइन आप छोटा भी कर सकते हो और एक्सपैंड करके बड़ा भी कर सकते हो.
बट ये जो अगर आधा एकड़ में आप करते हो,
हाँ जी,
तो हाउ मेनी people can survive on that? I'm talking in terms of independent ecosystem.
It really depends on what you're growing. ठीक है, अब आप फल के पेड़ लगाएंगे, वो तो आपके पास सरप्लस होएगा ही होगा. There's no way you can eat so much fruit. आप सब्जियां लगाएंगे वो भी सरप्लस हो जाएंगी, पर आप आधे एकड़ में ग्रेन्स नहीं लगा पाएंगे। आप मतलब यू वॉन्ट बी एबल टू ग्रो वीट एंड राइस, उसकी जगह नहीं होएगी।
ठीक है, वो लाना पड़ेगा।
हाँ, वो लाना पड़ेगा। गन्ने की जगह नहीं होएगी, है ना, दालों की जगह नहीं होएगी। सो सम ऑफ दीज स्टेपल्स आपको खरीदने पड़ेंगे। बट जैसे ही आपकी लैंड थोड़ी और बड़ी होएगी, आप उसमें ग्रेन्स भी जोड़ दोगे, आप उसमें दालें भी जोड़ दोगे, आपको थोड़ा सा और चीज़ें मिलनी शुरू हो जाएंगी। सो इट्स लाइक अ कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग एंड एक्सपैंडिंग। इफ़ योर लैंड बिकम्स इवन बिगर, you can add an agroforestry part also to it. A set of trees which are harvested from time to time for commercial use. And in every design, we always keep a wildlife zone. A place which is left wild, चाहे वो छोटी स्ट्रिप हो चाहे बहुत बड़ी हो, जहाँ जंगली जानवर रह सकें। ये 4-5 जोन्स होते हैं पर्माकल्चर में।
जंगली जानवर में कौन से जानवर डिफाइन करोगे आप?
मोस्टली स्नेक्स,
अच्छा।
yeah, and then with snakes obviously there'll be mongoose, नेवले भी होंगे।
But then
They can
do
be-
not come
they,
to your
they will
residential
actually
area?
not come to your area because you've left space for them.
Okay. Have you experienced this?
Of course, I have a full
आपके वहाँ पे?
wildlife zone on my land.
अच्छा।
And
क्या
one
क्या
year,
कौन कौन रहता है वहाँ पे अभी?
about 10 species of snakes, जिनको हमने डॉक्यूमेंट किया है, शायद और भी हो सकते हैं।
और वो कभी आपके रेसिडेंस जोन में नहीं आई?
वो 1 साल आए थे, पता कब? जब हमने वो वाइल्ड लाइफ जोन डिस्टर्ब कर दिया।
अच्छा।
उस साल गलती से किसी ने वाइल्ड लाइफ जोन को सफाई कर दी।
अच्छा।
हाँ, कि भी बहुत यहाँ जंगल हो रहा है, मैं इसको सफाई कर देते हैं। उस साल वी मस्ट हैव हैड 20 sightings of snakes.
अच्छा।
And everybody learned कि this has happened because you disturbed the wildlife zone.
And then it has never come back.
Then it has never happened
कितने
again.
साल से नहीं हुआ ये?
बस next year onwards it's fine.
So मतलब मैं
See,
last
wildlife
5-10
zone,
years
wildlife zone में
आपने
क्या
नहीं-
होता है कि between महाशिवरात्रि which happens in February March to Diwali which happens in October November, हम इस जोन में नहीं जाते। Humans do not go in this area
Reason?
because snakes live there. After Diwali the weather changes in our part of the country, तो snakes go into their burrows.
Okay.
तब हम जाते हैं, थोड़ी सफाई करते हैं, उसमें से बायोमास लेते हैं, थोड़ी ट्रिमिंग करते हैं, बांस है वहाँ काफ़ी, बांस भी निकालते हैं। सो बट कम महाशिवरात्रि एंड वी मूव आउट, देन द स्नेक्स स्टार्ट लिविंग देयर। नाउ स्नेक्स हैव अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट इन द इकोसिस्टम, सो वी नीड देम। दे कम आउट एट नाइट एंड दे ईट रैट्स।
Okay.
अगर आपके रैट्स खाने वाला कोई सांप नहीं होगा तो आपकी रैट की प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी, या स्क्विरल्स की प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी, या बर्ड्स की भी प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है। सो वी हैव क्रिएटेड अ फूड वेब जहाँ हर स्पीशीज़ का प्रेडेटर है और सारी स्पीशीज़ की पॉपुलेशन स्टेज इन चेक, बट ऑल स्पीशीज़ एग्जिस्ट ऑन आवर लैंड।
अच्छा।
या
और कौन सी है?
सी 4-5 किस्म की तो लिजर्ड्स हैं,
अच्छा।
फ्रॉम वन विच इज़ एज बिग एज दिस, जिसको हम लोकली गो कहते हैं,
Okay.
to this big, and then even small 3-4 varieties. हमें पता भी नहीं था कि इतनी ज़्यादा lizards होती हैं दुनिया में। मेंढक जो while living in a city we thought एक ही मेंढक होता होगा। Now we've discovered एक फ्लाई करता है, एक चिपक जाता है, एक मोटा सूखे में रहता है, एक मोटा पानी में रहता है। There are so many types of frogs who live there. We have documented 54 species of birds who live on our land. And innumerable butterflies and insects which I have not even been able to
और
document.
ये कितने साल में हुआ?
ये अब 15 साल में. But every year we spot new species. And there is, why is this important, Snehal? Because humans, हम लोग अपना residence कैसे choose करते हैं कि हमें उस society में जाके रहना है जहाँ पे हम लोगों को impress कर सकें. Now we've bought a house in, you know, X and
This
Y.
colony.
This colony or this society or this road. Other species don't think like that. उनको तो पता ही नहीं कि हमने घरों के नाम वाम दिए हुए हैं, सड़कों के नाम दिए हुए हैं. How do other species choose their home? Seeing whether this is a safe place to live. What does that mean? यहाँ ambient temperature अच्छा है, यहाँ हवा clean है, यहाँ पानी मिलेगा बच्चों को. Can I have babies and will they get food? Right? This is their idea of a good habitat. So if other species are choosing your house to come and live there, that means आपने एक अच्छी जगह बनाई है. For me, this is a big indicator. If they'll survive here, I know I'll survive.
Okay. और ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग कहाँ से है आपको?
ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग आया है जी ऑब्जर्वेशन एंड रिसर्च.
Correct. So I am corporates, your way of growing, and common sense of human observations. This all helped.
Yes, and one of the skills that we are losing as humans is observation.
Absolutely.
अब जैसे अगर लेट्स से आई ऑलवेज जोक अबाउट दिस, आपके बिल्डिंग में कोई मर्डर सस्पेक्ट है और आपको बोला जाता है भाई आप जिस लिफ्ट में थे ना उस लिफ्ट में वो बंदा था कि नहीं, आपको पता ही नहीं होगा, आपने तो देखा ही नहीं, शक्ल ही नहीं देखी किसी
फोन था
की,
साथ में,
यू वर ऑन द फोन.
सही बात है.
Whereas because I grew up as a marketer, one of the big skills we were taught as part of my professional education was observation. लोग कपड़े कैसे धोते हैं, लोग दांत कैसे ब्रश करते हैं, लोगों की, मेरी अभी भी आदत है मैं फ्लाइट में ट्रेन में बैठती हूँ ना, लोगों की बातें सुनती हूँ, because these are all insights we would gather to make ads or new products or things like that. So this kind of observation that really helped me in my permaculture journey. कि अच्छा मार्च का महीना है, ये फूल लगा है, अच्छा ये जुलाई हो गया, वो छिपकली नहीं आई इस बारी, या अगस्त में बारिश हो रही है, वो मेंढक क्यों नहीं बोल रहे, या कोयल क्यों नहीं गा रही. These are things that I am now observing because I was trained to observe, and it's a very important skill that we should get back, because in a natural environment like I live in, it can be also a survival skill.
Absolutely.
आप फ़ोन देखते देखते चलोगे, आप किसी जीव जंतु पे पाँव रख दोगे, वो शायद आपको काट भी ले. So you need to be very alert and aware, and that makes you live consciously because you are in tune with your surroundings all the time, and it's a wonderful feeling.
And you're a part of also a surrounding.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're in isolation.
और मेरे को किसी ने एक बहुत अच्छी बात बताई जो मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा, कि जब आप किसी पंछी को देखते हो ना, तो यूजुअली वी से मैंने ये पंछी देखा, यू शुड ऑल्सो से वो पंछी मुझे देख रहा है.
देख रहा है, सही है.
And since I started practicing it, it took me to a new level. Okay, listen, hi Robin, I always say hello Robin, hello, you know, Kingfisher, because that's how I call. They're also looking at you. And when you start thinking of yourself as one of the species and not the only and dominant one, then you understand the true meaning of, what shall I say, मैं छोटी मुँह बड़ी बात भी नहीं बोलना चाहती, but I think the true meaning of maybe why God put humans on this planet.
सही बात. So, purchased the land, started developing, local people you have hired who are taking care of things. You kept on visiting.
Yes.
When you decided to quit corporate completely and migrate to this place?
पहली बात क्या हुई कि I decided that I'll run this Indian Art Collectors full time. And वो चंडीगढ़ से चला सकती हूँ मैं. And let us move the children, and my husband was also quite happy to leave his job by then. By the way, my husband was head of trading at Standard Chartered Bank, so he himself is a very senior and accomplished professional. But we said, yaar, matlab, we don't need any more money. We can, you know, move to a smaller town and focus on spending more time with our children and giving them a good upbringing, where we are there to shape their thinking. You know, we want to be there to, and also to build a strong relationship with them, so that एक जो वो bond है बचपन का वो हमारा strong हो. तो by chance what happened that when we were in the process of thinking this through, I happened to meet somebody from NDTV, and they were looking to set up something similar around the art business, and they were looking for some CEO types to come and run their venture, which they had not yet started. तो फिर हमारी एक ऐसी डील होगी कि they will acquire my business and acquire me as part of it, my team, and I will run the business for them and set it up for a few years and then move on. But this took me to Gurgaon and not to Chandigarh. Now in hindsight that worked out well, because I think from Bombay to bring our children to Chandigarh might have been a big cultural shock.
Yes.
But coming to Gurgaon was better because Gurgaon was a smaller sort of a, by travel distances, smaller town physically, but culturally it was a metropolis. There were schools were similar to in Bombay, and the crowd was similar too. So for our children to transition, it worked out better. And while we could not come to the land, we were now a 5-hour drive away instead of a 5-hour flight. मतलब सब कुछ मिला मिलू के 5 घंटे वहाँ से आना. Biggest thing, हम अपनी गाड़ी में सामान भर के वापस ले जा पाते थे.
Correct.
we could finally start eating what we were growing.
बहुत बढ़िया.
Which is
Actually,
what,
अलग है feel.
which is what we were wanting to do.
Correct.
But Bombay में कर ही नहीं सकते थे आप. How much can you carry back to Bombay? So that really worked well, and it extended our corporate careers because you can still get jobs in Bombay, in Gurgaon. So I continued to work in Gurgaon. Clicks Capital was one, Uber was the other job. These two jobs I did out of Gurgaon. And we came there. Then हुआ COVID. जब COVID हुआ, तो we decided to instead of getting locked down in Gurgaon, let's get locked down in Chandigarh. Because again, छोटे शहर में lockdown is better than बड़े शहर में. So we knew कुछ होने वाला है, तो we got into a car और हम चंडीगढ़ आ गए. फिर वहाँ ही lockdown हो गया, फिर वो 1-2 साल वही चलता रहा. By now our younger daughter was on the verge of going to college. So then Agam and I decided कि अब हम घर बनाना शुरू करते हैं. जब तक घर बनेगा, ये कॉलेज चली जाएगी and both of us can move to the land. So actually we came to live on the land only about 3.5 years ago, 12 years after we started the project.
और कितना शेप तब तक हो चुका था?
अरे तब तक पता क्या, it was the thing is many times people buy land and उसमें घर बनाने, first step they do is घर बनाना. I never recommend that because you have no idea आपको उस land पे जीना कैसे है. You will end up building a city house.
Correct.
And you'll do a huge disservice to the land, to yourself and to the other species who live there. By now, जब तक हमारी बारी आई घर बनाने की, हमें वो लैंड इतने अच्छे से पता था. वी न्यू बारिश कहाँ से आती है, धूप कहाँ से आती है, हवा कहाँ से चलती है, नेबर्स कैसे हैं, नॉइज़ कहाँ से आता है, डस्ट कहाँ से आती है, एवरीथिंग वी न्यू. सो वी कुड, एंड हमारी अपनी लाइफ कैसे है, प्रोड्यूस कहाँ से आएगी, राइट? हम यहाँ क्या चीज़ें करेंगे, हाउ विल वी बिल्ड अ बिजनेस मॉडल और अ लाइफ हियर. वी हैड अ वेरी गुड आइडिया बाय नाउ. So we could build a dwelling unit which fitted in very well into what our life would be like there. So we built, and we came into a beautiful forest to build a house. Whereas if we had started building a house, we would be building it in a ground.
Correct. And then you are planting trees.
And वो मज़ा ही नहीं आता.
नहीं अलग होता.
वो मज़ा ही नहीं आता.
What is the expenses? Capital expenditure land का तो it varies from area to area. तो आप कौन से शहर में और कहाँ पे ले रहे हो, but हाँ, जो मेरा अंडरस्टैंडिंग है उसके हिसाब से आप थोड़ा दूर जाते हो तो भी आपसे 5 लाख पर एकड़ से लेके अलग अलग प्राइस तक मिलती रहती है. तो वो हो गया. ऑपरेशनल एक्सपेंसेस ये 10-12 साल में कितना रहा आपका? और वो मेजर है, और समवन हु इज वर्किंग इन अ मिडिल मैनेजमेंट कॉर्पोरेट में, तो वो ये ऑपरेशनल एक्सपेंसेस अपने एग्जिस्टिंग सैलरी में से, अपने और रेवेन्यू में से, विथ अदर एक्सपेंसेस ऑफ फैमिली एंड द होम, कैन दे मैनेज, ये पैरेलल मैनेज कर पाएंगे?
इट रियली, see the way to look at it is not कि मेरे expenses क्या होंगे. The way to look at it is मैं क्या खर्च सकता हूँ. Think of it the other way around.
So जितना spend कर सकते हो उसके हिसाब से,
जैसे कि ना जितना आपके पास कपड़ा है उतनी पैंट निकालो उसमें से. There's some saying like that, you know.
जितनी आपकी चादर है उतने पैर फैलाओ.
उतने पैर फैलाओ. That is the word. So think of it like that. Like I started off with a 6-acre piece of land. Okay, if I didn't want to spend that much money.
नंबर आप if comfortable दे पाओगे. What I mean is operational expenses side पे annually.
हाँ, मैं I'll tell you. अब 6 एकड़ के expenses अलग हैं और 2 एकड़ के expenses अलग हैं. Obviously, right? But main expenses that you will find will be labor. Main expense. And the permaculture system में ना पहले 2-3 सालों में you have to give the earth time to heal itself. आपको सिर्फ केवल 2 या 3 काम करने होते हैं. एक, water management. कि जब बारिश का पानी आता है तो इट शुड नॉट लीव योर लैंड, इट शुड गेट अब्जॉर्ब्ड इनटू योर लैंड. उसके लिए आपको बेसिक अर्थवर्क्स करने पड़ते हैं. दैट इज़ 1 man and a कस्सी, a spade, and he will keep stopping the water here, there, making some trenches, managing the water.
मानसून के टाइम पे.
मानसून के टाइम पे. एंड सेकेंड थिंग, ट्री प्लांटेशन. उसके लिए आपको खड्डे खोदने, पेड़ खरीदने, पेड़ लगाने. उसके बाद द ट्रीज नीड वाटरिंग. And at night, you need a watchman to protect the trees from being eaten by wild animals. ये आपके खर्चे हैं. That's it. इसके लिए शायद आपको फेंसिंग करनी पड़ेगी, नहीं तो जंगली जानवर आएंगे, तो वो एक फेंसिंग का खर्चा होगा.
वो वन टाइम हो गया आपका.
वो वन टाइम हो गया. So your running expenses are these basically. Otherwise, this does not take any chemical fertilizers, no heavy machinery, no nothing.
Maintenance annual.
First 2-3 years is just this. अब इसके बाद मेंटेनेंस क्या ही होगी? It's all labor. और कोई मेंटेनेंस ही नहीं है इसमें. आप क्या मेंटेन कर लोगे? आपका कुछ प्लांटिंग, सोइंग, वो सारे काम है. दैट्स ऑल लेबर.
वाटर सिस्टम.
वाटर सिस्टम इज अ वन टाइम. या बिजली
मेंटेनेंस में आपको रेगुलर
बिजली का बिल आपका मतलब आई वुड से फॉर्चुनेटली और अनफॉर्चुनेटली द गवर्नमेंट गिव्स सब्सिडाइज्ड water to everybody.
Farmers को तो देते
It's way too cheap, in my opinion, way too cheap. 400 रुपये 2 महीने का या something. It should be way more expensive because water is so valuable. So, you know, I really think you can manage in a small budget. And till such time that you don't have an economic model, financial model coming out of this, don't leave your job. Please. I tell this to everybody, do not leave your job. The day you leave your job, every expense will seem like, oh my God, big.
बड़ा दिखेगा.
But the day you start making money from it, only then transition from your job, leaving your job to coming and doing this full time. Don't do it otherwise.
एक क्वेश्चन मनीषा ये था यहाँ पे कि कोविड में आप गए चंडीगढ़ फ्रॉम
हाँ जी,
गुड़गांव
हाँ जी.
और आपने वहीं रहना शुरू कर दिया. आपका जॉब चालू था या
नहीं, I had actually just quit Uber also.
और
By
रीजन क्या था
chance.
वो?
I
If you're
think,
fine to share with.
yeah, I can. I just felt that it was not the place for me.
अच्छा.
Yeah. But finally, I decided that whatever I do must align with how I want to lead my life. So, what were the things that I wanted to do? First, I am not interested in growing food and doing home deliveries. ठीक है? वो I am too old for that. And secondly, that इस type की भागा दौड़ी मेरे को नहीं करनी. What are my strengths? I realize my strengths are that I'm a good communicator. I can be a good teacher. I can influence people. I'm good at doing workshops, tours. So I have built my capacity around that. Okay, and then I also realized that native seeds, heirloom seeds, desi seeds, ये गायब हो गए हमारे यहाँ से. So I have tried to build a seed bank. That has become another source of income for me. And through this, I have built a business model where everything I do, I'm good at doing, and it gives me happiness. So every Saturday, my husband and I go to the farmers market. हम अपना green सारा fresh produce लेके जाते हैं. We stand behind the table. We sell our own vegetables. Okay, and you know, somebody could say, अच्छा, मतलब you guys, you CXO types, you are selling सब्जियाँ बेच रहे हो. But what we want to show to the world is that there is a lot of dignity in growing your own food. And for the young children who come to this market, we want them to know that this is what a farmer can look like. This is what somebody can
फार्मर
be.
का जो
right?
इमेज है वो भी हाँ.
वो भी उसको भी बदलना है. Then another source of income for us is farm stays. मतलब people come and we have a separate cottage. वहाँ पे लोग रहते हैं. 2-3 दिन के लिए आएंगे. They will come. They will experience permaculture. Now for
कितना
us,
चार्ज करते हो आप?
7,500 a night.
A night. It includes food.
Includes all 3 meals, but it is by invitation. So we have a booking form which people fill, and then if we feel that there is a meeting of minds, then we accept.
Okay.
It's not a click and buy.
So commercial पूरा नहीं है, उसमें भी आप हाँ.
Commercial है, but selection है of
Selection.
people. Because you know, click and buy में तो कोई भी आ सकता
सही
है.
है.
And we are welcoming them into our home. So we must have an idea about who's coming. And we have to also manage their expectations. Because sometimes people feel कि हम वहाँ जाके पार्टी करेंगे. भाई वो पार्टी जगह नहीं है.
जगह नहीं.
So we have to manage their expectations.
So एक सीड बैंक हो गई.
हाँ, एक सीड बैंक हो
farm stay
गई,
हुआ.
एक फार्म स्टे हुआ. Then I do online courses.
Online course.
Yeah, I offer a full-fledged permaculture design course. I'm a certified permaculture teacher. So I do small batches of 15 each, probably about 8 times a year. So it's an expensive course, and I teach people that. I do tours every weekend, maximum of 20 people. That's a paid tour. People come in for that.
So one day tour कितना होता है?
Half a day.
Half a day.
Half a day tour.
And what is the fees for that?
750 per head.
बराबर.
750 per head. And then I have a shop on the farm, so where people can buy my pickles and dals and you know dry produce. I go to the farmers market with my green
Quantity
produce.
उतना होता है कि आप commercially?
होता है.
Okay.
So किसी एक चीज़ का बहुत क्वांटिटी नहीं होता.
हर
और
एक का
बहुत चीज़ों की छोटी-छोटी क्वांटिटीज होती हैं.
बहुत तो limited you buy.
So actually in my shop, I was just counting the other day, I have about 35-40 SKUs.
Okay.
Which is not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah. And you know, my old FMCG training comes in handy here.
correct.
So
SKU बोला तभी मुझे समझ में आया.
Yeah, I do that. I also run a house tour because a lot of people want to build sustainable house like we've built. So that's also a chargeable tour. People come with their architects. They take a walk to our tour. I explain to them how to incorporate sustainability practices in your house so that your house takes minimal resources to make, minimal resources to run, and will have minimum impact on the planet once you break the house. So ये ऐसे, and all these things I thoroughly enjoy doing. फार्म स्टे से हमें इतने नए लोग मिलते हैं बिकॉज हमारे यहाँ अलग अलग पार्ट्स ऑफ द कंट्री एंड द वर्ल्ड पीपल कम and we learn so much from them. There's an exchange of energies, exchange of ideas, and that is our social life. Correct. Because we actually don't have too many friends locally. So this is how we also stay enriched. So yeah, so I've built a decent business model.
But this makes you at the end of a year overall profitable? Surplus?
Profitable. Great. Surplus, which I invest back usually.
And how you manage other part? For example, Axis Bank, CMO, Uber, IM background, Hindustan Unilever Limited, and then some of these content I have seen of your video, Sony TV interviewing you, attending a chief marketing officer meet in Mumbai, and then when you go to this, मतलब मैं आपकी दुनिया पूरी चेंज हो रही है. ऑल ऑफ ए सडन आप इतने डिमांड में नहीं हो, आपको बहुत सारे लोग बुला नहीं रहे हैं. शायद वो लोग जो आपको बुला रहे थे आपके डेजिग्नेशन पोजीशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के कारण शायद उनसे कम्युनिकेशन कम हो गया है. तो ये चीज़ कैसे मैनेज हो रही है? हाउ यू आर हैंडलिंग इट?
एक तो क्या हुआ स्नेहल, दैट व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड दिस प्रोजेक्ट वी स्टिल हैड आवर जॉब्स राइट फॉर अ गुड मैनी ईयर्स, बट हम लोग वी स्टार्टेड चेंजिंग एज पीपल. सो हमें ऑलरेडी लगने लगा यार ये दुनिया थोड़ी अजीब सी है.
अच्छा.
एंड दिस वर्ल्ड विच वी गो टू ऑन वीकेंड्स और 8 times a year, this seems to be a more genuine world, right? There, what people say they mean, the relationships you have are more meaningful, the work you do is more satisfying, you are, so we had already started changing as people. And forget people distancing themselves from us, we had started distancing ourselves from people, okay. From certain people.
But फिर भी क्या एक वैक्यूम आता है जहाँ पे you feel कि भाई you are now not required in that
Actually,
world.
बिल्कुल भी नहीं. I'll tell you, we are still very popular.
No, naturally, it has grown up, so it's a different story.
नहीं, हुआ क्या है कि because we have done something extraordinary, and I am taking the liberty of tom-tomming.
You have, हाँ, बराबर है.
Because we have done something extraordinary, all those people who you think are not interested in us anymore are more interested than they've ever been.
कि शायद they also want to do it, कर नहीं पाए या probably.
No, it's like ये लोग तो मेरे दोस्त हैं.
Okay.
है ना? इनको तो मैं बहुत अच्छे से जानता हूँ और या जानती हूँ. They are very good friends of ours.
One more point.
So ऐसा कोई इशू है ही
नहीं. One more point कि see आप you lived in city, very hectic corporate life.
Yes.
जहाँ पे आपको शायद वैकेशन भी इतना नहीं मिलता होगा या आपको प्लान आउट करना होता होगा. And now all of a sudden टाइम है. So आप वीक में एक बार अपने वीकेंड होम में जाते हो, फार्म हाउस में जाते हो, 1 दिन 2 दिन रह के आ जाते हो, नॉर्मल है. बिकॉज आप सिटी में थे, यू वर इन अ बिजी लाइफ, मेंटली गॉट रिलीव्ड, रिलैक्स्ड, यू कम बैक. नॉर्मली ऐसा माना जाता है कि कोई भी एक्सट्रीम अच्छी नहीं होती है, तो सिटी वाली एक्सट्रीम अच्छी नहीं है, वीकेंड होम वाली एक्सट्रीम भी अच्छी नहीं है. सो शुरू में टेम्पररी ये सब अच्छा लगता है, बट जब परमानेंटली आप उस जोन में जाते हो, ऐसे एनवायरनमेंट में जाते हो, सो does it create any impact on you कि भाई यार ये गलत छोड़ के आ गए या probably you are missing that particular life?
Not at all. I think the reason why people don't know that there is something special in the life that we have chosen to lead is because it's not been advertised.
Not marketed.
Not marketed. अब हमारी सारी marketing communication देखो, it's all targeted at busy people. कि भाई come on, you are either partying or you're traveling or you're shopping or you are doing things. But actually the biggest, I think, जो हमारा सबसे बड़ा बेवकूफ़ बनाया गया है वो ये है कि हमें ये नहीं बताया कि this is another way to enjoy life. And actually it is a far more meaningful way to enjoy, but it's not been advertised.
Because not meaningful, cheaper.
हाँ, because इसमें किसी का consumption नहीं है, कोई कंपनी कुछ आपको बेच ही नहीं रही है ना. सो थ्रू माई ओन एफर्ट्स जो मैं आउटरीच करती हूँ, वेदर इट्स ऑन यूट्यूब और इंस्टाग्राम और वेरेवर, इट इज़ माई वेरी स्मॉल एफर्ट टू एडवर्टाइज दैट लाइफ. एंड जो हमने नाम आनंदा चुना, क्यों? इट्स अ कॉमन नेम, इट्स नॉट अ वेरी बट एक्चुअली दैट इज़ अ परमानेंट स्टेट ऑफ हैप्पीनेस as opposed to this temporary state of happiness which you get in the city life. आपको अभी मैं प्रमोशन दे दूँ, आप खुश हो गए, अब कल से यू आर ऑलरेडी थिंकिंग अबाउट योर नेक्स्ट प्रमोशन. आपने अभी गाड़ी ले ली, नहीं आप खुश हो, फिर आप 2-3 दिन बाद सोच रहे हो यार इसको भी अपग्रेड करके अब मैंने वो लेना है. So these are all very transient states of happiness. But when you live with the land, in the land, surrounded by other species, by trees, by greenery, by plantations, there is a permanent state, steady state of joy, which I think nobody has told you about. And this is what I am trying to communicate to people.
So deadline, targets, and now in nature. So कोई इम्पेक्ट हुआ इन द सेंस आपके मेंटल स्टेट पे, हेल्थ, पिछले 5-6 सालों में आपको कोई चेंज लगा आपने?
पहले तो मैं ये बताऊं, आई एम वेरी बिजी, बट आई एम what I like to call, it's a slow life but a busy life. ठीक है, हर रोज there is lots of work to do. It's not easy. You have to look after the land, you have to look after the produce that comes. कभी हम इसको अचार बना रहे हैं, कभी प्रिजर्व कर रहे हैं, कभी स्टोर कर रहे हैं, हाँ, और कभी तूफान आ गया तो उसकी मेंटेनेंस कर रहे हैं. समटाइम्स ज़्यादा बारिश हो गई, समटाइम्स पानी नहीं है. लाइक देयर लॉट्स ऑफ चैलेंजेस ऑन अ डेली बेसिस. सो वी कीप वेरी बिजी, बट वी हैव ओनली वन बॉस, and that's nature. Okay, and nobody is calling us, nobody is suddenly sending you an email, there is no politics, there is no such drama. So जो एक sudden spike of आपका adrenaline नहीं हो जाता कुछ email देख के, WhatsApp देख के, वो नहीं होता.
Anxiety.
We are in a steady state, very equanimous state, which is what is nice. नींद अच्छी आती है, और digestion अच्छी है. These are two very big indicators of your health. We work with the circadian rhythm. We sleep at 9. We wake up at about 5:30. So, but we still pack in what we want to do in the waking hours. And it's sort of a, like people say, अरे आप बाहर खाने नहीं जा रहे, या oh you must not be a foodie as people say, right? Actually, I feel कि हमसे बड़ा कोई foodie नहीं है, क्योंकि we are very particular about what we eat. ये फूडी जो हमने डेफिनेशन दे दी ना कि आप कोई भी जंक अपने में डाले जा रहे हो बिकॉज इट टेस्ट गुड, दिस इज नॉट बीइंग अ फूडी, दिस इज बीइंग अ ग्लटन.
फर्टिलाइजर यूज करते हो आपकी लैंड में?
नथिंग एट ऑल.
ऑर्गेनिक?
ऑल ऑर्गेनिक, fully organic, and no inputs at all. So there is no chemical fertilizer, no sprays of any sort, very little tilling, जिसको हम low till कहते हैं, या no till. So if we are transitioning to no-till, some things we still do low-till, but not. And we are slowly moving to a very low-cost regenerative model. Our biggest cost is our salaries.
Okay. Yeah. Nature में और farm में रहने के बाद, do you think anything you learn here which you feel makes sense in corporate leadership role?
Lots of things. Sometimes when I'm working in the garden, I obviously, reflect back on my corporate life, and I remember incidents from there and things like that. There are so many equivalents that I see. Like, for example, soil. Now, soil, if you have good soil, you'll have good crops. सब पेड़, बड़े, छोटे, everything will do well. And I really equate that to culture. If there is good culture in your organization, everybody will do well. अब जैसे हम पर्मा कल्चर में सॉइल के बारे में बातें करते हैं, उसमें एक्चुअली इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, दैट इज़ माई बिगेस्ट प्रायोरिटी, दैट इज़ माई सॉइल गेटिंग बेटर. आई सी दैट एज माई बिगेस्ट इंडिकेटर ऑफ माई परफॉर्मेंस. Similarly, I feel that's important in corporations, that the senior most people focus on the culture. Senior most. It's not HR's job. Senior most people should be driving culture. If your culture is good, everybody will be good. Similarly, a permaculture system gives a lot of emphasis on diversity. They'll say, आप 2 crops मत लगाओ, आप 100 लगाओ. Like I grow 150 food crops. The more diverse your system, the more resilient it is. तूफान आएगा, एक चीज़ खराब हो जाएगी, दूसरी नहीं होएगी. पेस्ट आएगा, वो उसको थोड़ा सा ही खाना मिलेगा, it will not propagate itself. सीज़न जल्दी से चेंज हो गया, गर्मी आ गई, unseasonal rain, something will get spoiled, something will not. You will be much more profitable and much more resilient. That's absolutely true for organizations as well. The more diverse your teams, and I don't mean only gender diversity, I also mean ethnic diversity, racial diversity, gender diversity, of course, the stronger your team will be, because you'll have many more ideas to deal with issues and solve your problems. That's the other thing I see. You'll be surprised to hear that succession planning, which we think of in corporations, is very much there in permaculture. When we start off a project, we plant a lot of native trees. These trees are desi पेड़, जैसे नीम हो गया, पीपल हो गया, बरगद हो गया, दे ग्रो वेरी फास्ट, जो आपके लोकल ट्रीज़ हैं. Then a time comes that you feel you don't need so many of these trees. Now you can either trim them or even cut them to make way for your productive trees, like your fruit trees and mangoes and things like that. It's very similar to organizations. When you set up an organization, you need senior people to set up processes, build the culture, build the systems. These are your native trees. And then once the organization is established, you increase your field force, which is your productive fruit trees. And then sometimes you let some of the senior management go because वो छाव ले रहे होते हैं. They are casting too much of a shadow on the mango trees. They do not grow. So you trim them. And if they still don't come in the way, then sometimes you give them a VRS. This is exactly the same process we follow in permaculture as well. So it's quite interesting. Sometimes I do these small groups of corporate people who come to my farm for like a half-day team building kind of an offsite. And that tour I do totally through the corporate lens, showing the parallels between my garden and their organization.
Any idea of creating Ananda as a corporate and probably holding 6 different land in 6 different cities and building this as a corporate?
Not at all.
No.
I'll tell you why. My idea is not that I should become bigger. My idea is that there should be many more Manishas. In fact, why is every citizen not having a permaculture project? आपको याद है, just 2-3 generations ago, mostly parents used to live in the village. Kids used to go to the city, work, come back. By then the parents are aged. वो चले गए, आप लोग गाँव में आ गए, तुम्हारे बच्चे शहर चले गए. Right? I think we need to revert to that model. If you are above 50 and you don't have a job, you should leave the city. Go back to the village, nurture a piece of land where your children, grandchildren will come to heal themselves. And then they will take it over. Children will go to the city. So cities are great. Huh? There is something good in the cities.
Absolutely.
But they are overpopulated. And we need to leave them.
And there's a time also to work.
बिल्कुल. हमारे कहते नहीं थे वो ब्रह्मचार्य है, हाँ, and then गृहस्थ आश्रम है, फिर वनप्रस्थ आश्रम है. And then finally the last one. But this 50 to 75 in our Shastra also.
से शुरू होता था, बचपन वाला.
Correct. That was, I think, Brahmacharya.
The बाल्य में छोटे में आप खेलने वाला रहता है, स्कूल वाला. And then Vanashram is the last की वनप्रस्थाश्रम.
Yeah. So no, there's one more after that.
Okay.
Which is when you leave the world, as in sannyas ashram or something it's called. 50 to 75 was a time to give back to community and planet. This, I think, is what we have ended up doing. It was not the idea, but this is what we've ended up doing.
Last question. What is your view on the living by the first principle? How you see that?
So, I meet so many people who come for farm tours, stays, things like that. And a lot of people will keep saying, yeah, we also want to do what you've done. But na conviction nahi hai. And so then when we start talking a little bit deeper, कि आप क्या कर रहे हो फिर? How do you spend your time? आप weekends पे क्या करते हो? So they'll say, weekend pe, we go here, we do this, we do that. Okay, do you enjoy doing any of this? Or not really, but sabhi karte. Everybody's doing it. So unfortunately today, we are losing the ability to think for ourselves. Because there's so much communication and so much bombardment of information that we have lost the point to understand ये मेरा अपना original thought था या किसी ने मेरे दिमाग में डाला है. We don't know. So it's a very dangerous time we live in. Because we are made to think that these are our ideas, whereas they are not our ideas. And so it's important that we go down this probing technique. I'm doing this, why? Because of this, why? Because of this, why? And keep probing down till you come to the root cause. And when you come to the root cause, then you can take a decision whether you want to do that or you don't want to do that. So why are you, let's say, going to the mall? Because I need new shoes. Why do you need new shoes? Because I have to go to a party. Okay, so what will happen? Don't you have shoes to wear? No, I have, but I have already worn them. So what will happen if you wear the same shoes again? Get down to it. Yes. So basically you are buying new shoes to go to the party so that other people can see your shoes. That is why you are buying. No other reason. So you should have the confidence that you are not defined by your new shoes. You are you. You are not your shoes. Yeah, so just like that, you have to think about everything from consumption to raising children, to careers, to education, everything one needs to start thinking from first principles. Otherwise, you will get manipulated by the system. And before you know it, your life will be over. Life moves very fast.
So thank you, Manisha ji, for appearing in Wellspun Life Unscripted and sharing your learning from corporate as well as permaculture. So viewers, corporate is good. आप लोगों को कॉर्पोरेट में काम करना चाहिए बिकॉज वहीं पे आपकी कैपेबिलिटी, कम्पिटेंसी, लर्निंग और स्किल्स डेवलप होती है. उस स्किल्स के साथ, उस कम्पिटेंसी के साथ और उस सेविंग के साथ, बिकॉज यू ऑल्सो अर्न डिसेंट मनी इन कॉर्पोरेट. उस सेविंग का क्या करना है, वो स्किल का क्या करना है, दैट इज़ अ क्वेश्चन यू रिक्वायर टू डिबेट. विथ योर एग्जिस्टिंग बिजनेस, विथ योर एग्जिस्टिंग जॉब, आप परमाकल्चर पैरेलल कर सकते हो. और एज वी सेड, वर्स्ट ऑफ द वर्स्ट, अगर ये बिजनेस नहीं चलता है, ये आपका प्रोजेक्ट नहीं चलता है, तो आपकी लैंड तो है जो अप्रिशिएट हो ही रही है. बट इट्स अ गुड वे ऑफ लिविंग. नेचर देगा आपको एक पैरेलल ऑप्शन मिलेगा, आप डिस्ट्रेस्ड रहोगे, आप आपका काम अच्छे से कर पाओगे. और पैरेलली नेचर इज़ गोइंग टू हील यू, नेचर इज़ गोइंग टू मेक यू डिस्ट्रेस्ड, and probably the life would be better with time. So thank you for watching. Just see if you can implement something parallelly with what you are doing in your life. We signing off till we meet again with a new guest. Thank you very much.